What if Rome's greatest defender in the East wasn't Roman at all, and the wife who followed him became one of Rome's most dangerous enemies? This is the story of Odaenathus and Zenobia, a kingdom that rose twice for two very different reasons. Palmyra was a desert crossroads long before it was a kingdom, a city of merchants, camel caravans, and gods older than Rome itself. Rome thought of it as a border town. Persia saw it as a prize. But Palmyra had always survived by choosing its moment. And in AD 260, the moment came. Rome's Emperor Valerian marched east to stop the rising Persian king, Shapur. Instead, Shapur shattered Rome's armies and captured the emperor alive. The east collapsed overnight. Cities fell, governors fled, and Shapur's armies pushed deeper toward the Mediterranean. Rome had no army left to stop him, but Palmyra did. Odaenathus, Palmyra's ruling prince, refused to abandon the lands Rome had lost. He gathered tribal horsemen, desert archers, and every clan who still believed the East was worth defending. He moved like a storm, cutting supply lines, ambushing garrisons, drawing Persian armies into the desert where Palmyra fought best. Little by little, he drove Shapur back across Syria, then farther, past the Euphrates, all the way to the walls of Ctesiphon itself. Rome could not believe what it was hearing. To reward him, the emperor in the west gave him a title no outsider had ever held: Corrector of the whole East, a desert prince, now protector of half an empire. Trade returned, cities rebuilt. For the first time in years, the East could breathe again. Palmyra had risen. But within the city walls, another force was rising too. Zenobia, Odaenathus' wife, brilliant, educated in Greek and Egyptian history, and far more ambitious than the Romans knew. She watched her husband rebuild the East. She watched Rome crumble through civil wars. And she understood something Odaenathus never fully embraced. Rome could not protect the East forever. In AD 267, Odaenathus and his eldest son were assassinated. The shield of the East was gone, and in the vacuum that followed, Zenobia stepped forward. At first, she ruled carefully, speaking of loyalty to Rome while watching its emperors tear each other apart. But the East could not wait for Rome's stability. Zenobia made her move. Her armies marched into Egypt and seized it before Rome could react. She then took Judea and Arabia. Caravan routes, grain shipments, ports, all fell under Palmyrene control. This was not rebellion. This was Palmyra's second rise, an empire reborn under a queen who saw the East as more than a frontier. She crowned her young son Vabalithus king, and herself, she became Augusta, a title equal to Rome's empress, a declaration that Palmyra was no longer Rome's partner, but its rival. For 2 years, Zenobia ruled a realm stretching from the Nile to Anatolia, an empire forged not from raids or chaos, but from stability, trade, and the memory of what her husband had saved. But Rome could not allow a second empire. In AD 272, Emperor Aurelian marched east with a veteran army. He crushed Zenobia's forces in Syria, then in Egypt, and finally at Emesa. Zenobia fled toward Persia seeking help, but was captured on the banks of the Euphrates. The Palmyrene Empire fell with her. But Palmyra's story was not finished. In AD 273, after Aurelian installed a Roman garrison, the city rose again, a last desperate uprising for the freedom it had tasted under Zenobia. Rome answered with annihilation. Aurelian ordered Palmyra destroyed, temples burned, streets emptied. The desert swallowed the city that had risen twice. Yet the memory of Odaenathus, the savior of the East, endured. And the legend of Zenobia, the queen who dared to break Rome, became greater than the empire she built. 2 rulers, 2 risings, 1 city that refused to remain in the margins of history. History is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and join me for the next one.